Today marks 50 days now since Russia started invading Ukraine. Really is hard to believe. You know, News 4 has talked to many people here in Middle Tennessee with family in Ukraine throughout the course of all this.
Yeah, Courtney Allen joins us now live in studio. And Courtney, you got an update today from some of those people we've talked to about how their families overseas are holding up.
That's right, Maria's Tracy. You'll remember about a month and a half ago now, we sat down with an Austin Peay State University professor who was heading to Europe to help his family move out of Ukraine. His family has now moved to 2 different countries since this all began.
When I came to Slovakia, she was...
Andriy Kowalski's family is getting a fresh start in a new country.
They're very happy with the people, very happy with the... But it's a terrible weather from the point of all the time raining.
Ireland is where his daughter, son-in-law, and 3 grandkids just moved, more than 1,000 miles away from their home in Lviv, Ukraine, sight unseen.
They're quite happy from point of how Irish people are welcoming Ukrainians. They're very nice. Actually, they gave them a lot of support. The kids already started to go to school almost immediately.
They first fled to Slovakia, where Kowalski traveled last month for a week to help get them settled. Then from Slovakia, they moved to Ireland to be near friends who've promised them jobs, living at this hotel for free as they look for a home.
Most of Ukrainians are in much worse situation. Much worse. So that's actually, I would say that's exceptional situation that they found really the way to find a job or something like, or to live in the relative safety.
Kowalski says his wife went back to Lviv to help those displaced, as the Austin Peay State University professor stays here in Middle Tennessee. We caught up with him this evening before he went to the Preds game.
For me, it's good to go to some kind of a game or something like that, because you cannot be all the time concentrated all the time on some things like a war, you know.
Kowalski says while his family does want to return to Ukraine, they have to move on.
Oh, of course, they want to go back to their house and everything, but they cannot wait.
You'll remember we also talked to one family in Murfreesboro, the Bensons. They are trying to adopt a child from Ukraine. They told News 4 they heard briefly from the child last week, but they're still at a standstill in the adoption process. We also met a Cumberland University student last month, Lena Young, with family in Mykolaiv, Ukraine. She says they are alive, but they lost their home. Back to you.
Wow.